Hey guys, welcome back to Golang tutorials. This is DSM. So I guess this is the last episode that I would be doing in this Golang tutorials, but there are a lot of topics that are there in Go, and I guess I will be shortly doing a tutorial on web development with Go and stuff like that, and the whole new episodes of web development. It includes front end and those stuff. So I was putting those things as a closing mark. So in this episode we're gonna look into the most important part of our Go, which might seem bit of least importance, but actually the part is testing. So if I write a code, I need to test it. So often I too have done like I have neglected the testing part, and when I run into errors, like I don't know how to debug it, and like I wrote a code which can be debugged, and I put a lot of fmt.print line here and there, and finally after a huge mess, I just figured what did go wrong, and that's the way it happens. So if I put test, then after every code refactoring, I find like my tests are passing, and I find out like, okay, everything is good. Now I can just package it and ship it. Maybe if some of the tests didn't pass, okay, I know I have broke something, and I have to read the code and find what did go wrong that way. So what is testing? Testing is so simple in Go, and let's dive into testing directly. So what we're gonna do is I just gonna write a package here. So where testing work is, you put all your required tests in the corresponding packages folders. Like I guess I haven't told much about packaging, so today we'll just make something. So I guess I'm in a folder now. This is the folder. So what I gonna do is I make a just check something is out there, nothing is there, so I make a folder here with name hello. So basically hello is a package that I want to I want to be working on, and in here I will make a file whose name is also hello. Okay, so touch hello.go. So what I gonna do is hello.go, this is the package hello. I gonna write a simple function whose name is hello. Okay, what it does is simply prints hello. So hello, and what it does is fmt.println hello. So this is what it does, and you might wanna document it if you are using it for cross tips. Like if you write a code and maybe someday someone gonna rub their heads over what this piece of code does, what does this piece of function does, like they might want to get some documentation. So it's better to write some doc about it. Unlike Java, it need not be something so precious, or like need not write a lot of custom attributes like this params. People used to like something like that, and Go don't say like you have to write params, you have to write what it returns, what it does throw. Those things you need not write. You write a simple description for the function, like a hello function prints hello into the console. So that it does. So anybody who goes to a new file, like maybe I write in main file, I write it as main.go. So if I do something like package main, and from main, and I write something like hello, sorry, hello. So if I just hover over it, I get the description hello prints hello into the console. So it's so easy if you write documentation to it. So we can just try to run this. Go. So yes, I went too far. Go run main.go. So basically prints hello. Now we want to test it. So how are we going to test it? We want to we'll go to the hello folder. There we'll touch hello test.go. This is a naming convention, so anything which has a underscore test.go, the go has a command line tool called go test. So what it does is it will test any files, it will run any files that has this something like test.go, and it will print the results. So it's so easy. So it is better you keep the test files inside the same package, because we might have some files like in this I am writing a function which is not exported, a function help hello. What it does is it will return help text. So here what we want to do is we will just print help hello plus stuff like that. So what if our code breaks, like maybe hello didn't work due to some error, and we are not we can't find what's the reason. We saw hello is not working, but we go through the code and everything is fine. Like if I look here, the code is fine, but I can find maybe I haven't written, maybe I am not doing it correctly. Maybe I am doing it something like this, and okay, so I just left it like this. So my help hello is now like it's a wrong function. I broke my help function, help hello. Now it's not gonna run smoothly. Instead it will pull out an error, but I can't find it because I have wrote the test function for hello, and the one that breaks the code is the help hello. I have write the function for that. So basically if I put my test code outside my package, what happens is I won't get this, since this help hello function is not exported, I can't access those functions. So I won't be testing this function, and this help hello function, which is a black box, goes missing, and I will go and rubbing my head. Right? So it's better to write for test functions in the same package itself. So what I will do, hello.test. So here what I will do is so I say package main. In here I write a function like test hello. This is my hello function. This is the way I write it. I use the camel case where the actually it's not camel case, it's I just wrote test and the name of the function hello. Here I write t. It's from the testing package, and it's like t. It's a simple test. So what I'm going to do is print hello. So hello function piece, I just print it. So I just gonna go here. I go to the hello package. I am here pwd. So it's I'm in that package. So I just go test. In here I just gonna test it, and it tested it. Say okay, it did it. It just passed my test. So it is so simple. So if you go to the testing package, like if you go into this package, there are a lot more functionalities available for testing. Like you can have custom flags, like something like benchmarking. It's benchmarking is one of the most important thing that you need to see when you are testing your code. Like benchmark, what does is that if I benchmark my code, like what it does is like maybe I have a function test. I just want to know how much time it will take. Maybe I wrote this hello function for a web service, and I just want to know how much time it will take. Maybe if it take an hour to do a job, and I'm assuming, and my service have no idea about it, and my user started for invoke the service, and now service has just hung up. For the end user it's like it's just hung up, but while we haven't benchmarked it, so we don't know how much it will take. Maybe it take an hour. So if you benchmark it and says like if you invoke this service, it might take up to 1 hour to get your result. So user know, okay, he'll invoke the service and go for T, and comes after an hour. So he knows, okay, now he can wait to, and he knows the benchmark values, and we can say how much time it will take to run this function. So we can know only this after benchmarking. So what we do is we give a function whose name is benchmark, starting the benchmark, and hello basic it does benchmarking our function, and we here we use testing.b, and this is the benchmarking function that we like. This one is included in the testing package. Okay, you guys can just go, or I am not saying you guys just think this tutorial is all. Don't think like that. If you want to try the good go, you have to go through the testing package, like all the documentation given in the goes documents, official books. So if you wanna make your own, like just listening to a few tutorials or reading some books doesn't make you a good programmer. If you want to be a good programmer, just go into the Go docs. There you will get a lot of stuff. Since the Go is open source, you can go through the codes, you can find how they have implemented the code, the style of coding, those things you can see there, and you will have a lot of stuff are available there in the testing package. It's not only benchmarking, not only testing, a lot of stuff are available. You can, if you go over there, you can find a lot more stuff. So what I'm just going to do is I put img there, okay, and I just want to count for 10, and I just going to print hello. So I just going to benchmark it. So how I will run the benchmark? If I run like this, it will just run the testing function. If I want benchmarking and I do something like this, maybe I add a flag called benchmark, and I just put something like this, and now it benchmarked it. So it ran up to this much times, benchmarked it, and it says this is the benchmark results. It has ran up to, I guess it ran around 40 times. So what it does is it benchmark this thing. I have a loop of 10 here, and it benchmark for 4 times. That's the default. If I put it something like this here, and there's no point putting one there. Just for a sec. Look, it benchmarked for 4 times. It ran it for 4 times. So as per my thing I have written, I have ran hello function for 1 time, and it benchmarked it for 4 times, and what it does, it gives the benchmark results, how much time it takes, those kind of stuff, and I get the result. That's it. So this is much about I didn't go through the vast topic of testing, but I just covered the necessary stuff for unit testing. Every code you put there, you test it in many times. Like you test it as a good practice. You test it like, what if I give wrong input, what if I give a positive input, and there are a lot of ways of testing it, like table driven test. Like what there happens is that you put some structure, and you give the result something like for the first one it goes for input as 1, and output should be something like 56, and maybe if you give for second test you give input as 2, and it should give some output as 90, something like that. You can test it, and it will be very easy to add test cases like this, and you just what here you will be doing is you will be looping over the structure and stuff like sorry, it's not structure, it's the variable, it's the sorry, my bad. It's a array of the structure, and you will be looping over the structure and going through each input, and you will passing those value to here and assessing the output, whether the output is this. So it will be very easy to add more inputs and outputs. Like if you remember in my last tutorial, I told something about compressing and decompressing files, and maybe in this case you will be adding more test files, like files or corrupted files you are trying to compress it, and so no, decompress it. You are trying to decompress the corrupted file. What should be the output? You are testing it, and then maybe you try to compress a different kind of file, and maybe you might not, you don't know whether your code is ready for that, or maybe you refactored the code to add support to video files. Now you have to test it. So what you would add, what you will be doing is you will be adding a test case where it will be a video file, and you should compress and decompress it and check the output, like if it gives the same video file, or you check a work size. Those things can be done. So I was just going saying those things. So that's all about testing. So guys, this on the finishing note, that's it. You test every code that you put there, test it properly, then make sure your developer life becomes easy on go. So that's all, that's all for this episode, and that's all for this tutorial series, and I guess it's signing off. But I'll be back with a couple of more tutorial series where I'll be going through web development, and in those web development I'll be going through front-end technologies, and also I'll be going over the server side technology using Go. Guys, I guess if you have any doubts or any comments, just do come put it over there. And okay, one more stuff, there is an online resource. I guess I may been there's a video where I put it somewhere around here. Just I put it somewhere here. Maybe I just can't find it somewhere. I guess there's a cool video. Yes, this is the one. So this video, this is a guy. So this guy explains a lot. Mitchell Hashimoto, he explains a lot about this kind of stuff, so testing, and it's a really good talk. You guys should probably hear it. I'll leave the link for this video in my in the description. You guys follow it. It will be a great tool, and for especially for you guys. So that's all. That's it, guys. So I'm signing off. Thanks, love and peace.